So hi guys, this is Younger 360. Welcome back to my Heart My Eyes podcast. And I am quite excited for this first episode. It's about relationships, about particularly about women and the process that it takes, the stages that we go through before we leave a relationship. And the topic for this the topic for this podcast came about through TikTok, to be precise. I was on my profile, and on my For You page I came across a clip from another lady, and what she stated in that clip really struck with me. It really struck me and it stuck with me. And I commented, I agreed, and I told her, she's not lying about the statement that she made. It was completely factual in my case. And I couldn't help myself. I went into her comments, and boy oh boy, lo and behold, the can of worms that she thought she was going to open, it didn't even have a lid on the can anymore. Right? So I can't wait to get started. I wrote down what she said exactly because I don't want to misquote her. So we're gonna start with what she said and move on from there. Alright? And her statement was, when you ask a woman when did she leave her last relationship, you need to specify. You need to ask her, when did she leave emotionally? When did she leave mentally? When did she leave sexually? And finally, when did she really walk out? When did she leave physically? Because women never leave the day they actually left. They were leaving before they left. As I said, it really struck me and it stuck with me, and it was factual. I believe it to be factual. Right? And it was so... We know a lot of people have different views on this topic. It have no ifs, ands, buts or maybes about it. Right? It may have males that may agree, ones that could probably acknowledge the different types of relationships that they've been in and how things were handled in those relationships. There are females that may agree with other females and some that may agree with the males. It's just an interesting topic to board. Alright? And based on the comment I made on her clip, which was a simple one, you are not lying at all, I got a reply from another commenter, and it was a male. And though I tried to write down our short conversation on the young lady's clip for y'all so that y'all could have heard a perspective from a male, he deleted some of his replies. So even though all my replies are still there, if you read it, it wouldn't make much sense because of the fact that a lot of his responses have been removed from our conversation, our discussion. It wasn't an argument. It was a short discussion, right? And if I remember correctly, not wanting to misquote anyone, his where he was headed based on his points, I guess what he wanted to express, it started coming out as a blame game a little bit. And I had to ask some key questions, because some of his points were, females are unfair and they have double standards and along those lines. And I had to ask him, when you mean what do you mean by we have double standards, and what is unfair exactly? I mentioned the fact of, up two separate things that is bothering a female doesn't make them opposing. And the fact that you can see that, he was saying that men shut down after a while when it is because of the double standards and a female not being straight up and all those things. So I had to ask him, and I had to mention, so when it is males consider us nagging, when we constantly repeating something or telling them that we want something done, doesn't that show that something is bothering us? Isn't that us being straightforward about we need this done? And if it's something that could be done within a few hours for the day, if it is you are able to do it, because you're not occupied with something else at the moment, why is it so hard at the moment just to pick up yourself and just do it? You are the significant other, and we are interdependent with each other, or at least we're supposed to be interdependent with each other, and if I'm relying on you to assist in something so that the functioning or the running for our household and our relationship and all these things could be flowing nicely, and both you and I could get rest when and if needed, why is it so hard? And bringing up these different points, he end up saying, I could understand those are great points you're making, but women have to be careful because we just shut down, and I'm like, that means that you don't value the person that you are with. And emotional investment at all, personal investment in a relationship is not a game. It's not a game. It should not be a game for any of the individuals within the relationship. And you should value your significant other enough to know that the fact that something is being mentioned mean that even if it's not done in a haughty manner or under frustration or whatever, that at least you should want to know that, okay, is this going to be a problem, babe? Are you okay? Is this bothering you? Have some form of open mind or concern that she brought it to your attention. And it has been a lot reading the comments. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Some of the things that I saw with males saying, this female is just playing games and we just wasting time. And if it is you reach the state of already emotionally being distant from the person, just walk out one time, that you had to wait to go through all of that before you leave. That means you on games or and I'm like, are these men hearing themselves? In some cases, I think we have a hope that even if it is we become emotionally distant and mentally disconnected, even sexually turned off because of all the other issues and things that weren't seen about in the relationship, we hope to some degree that you would come to your senses and want to make things work. So that is why it takes us a long while before we actually physically decide to move on. And it also reminds us of the fact that at least we try, and the relationship and us sticking in the relationship even through those disconnections and distancing and turn offs is because we didn't solely rely on lust and infatuation and the physical attributes of something. That it was through growth and interest and betterment and actual care and love for the person that we are in the relationship with, that we tried. Is that so hard to want to fight for something? So if it is, we take the advice of some of these individuals that say if you have to go through the first stage or even the second stage, why not just leave one time? Wouldn't these same individuals turn and say that you're just looking for things easy, and that is not what it is? Love and building a relationship is about, and ask you if you fought, and have the same opposing criticism if you took the advice of what it is they said? Is really unbelievable of people. You are damned if you do and you are damned if you don't. I mean, seriously. But I'm not gonna lie to you all, I am so excited and so damn curious to see more opinions and perspectives of you guys and what you all think of this statement. At least I think is to be factual, because my previous relationship it was I don't know how to describe it at the moment. As we all know, for the most part, most of our relationships at the beginning, it always starts off lovely, with so much hope and so much passion and so much infatuation and so much everything, ideas and motivation. And then it does have the feeling of who you want to be and who you could be and who you could see yourself being in the future at the beginning. But most of the time, until you actually find the person that is for you, most of the time it doesn't continue that way. And for a lot of people, depending on how badly the relationship turned into, you lose the essence of who you are and who you were. It's depressing sometimes. It's very sad. But this, to me, she hit the nail on the head, guys. She hit the nail on the head with this statement. And I know a lot of y'all may or may not disagree with me, but for me, this was, she dotted her I's and she crossed her T's, and it was, for me, 100% accurate. the statement. That is what it was. Unbelievable. That's all I could say. I would really love to hear from you guys on your different perspectives. If you have something to add, even something to add to the statement to further solidify how true it is, that and all would be great. But I welcome everyone and their perspectives on this statement. I want to hear from you. I really want to hear from you guys. So message me. You all can message me here on Anchor. You all can message me through any one of my social media accounts. On my Facebook page, Ianka360. On the blog page, you all can message me through the Instagram page and all, Ianka360. And if you all want, you all can message on my blog page. But I would love to hear your perspectives, even if you all have questions. Just interact with me. I mean, I know that I would never stop learning so long as I live, as God gives me the opportunity to continue breathing fresh air and living. So if I didn't think of something, I don't mind hearing other opinions. You understand? I just wanted to know what you guys thought of this. It's very interesting, and for me it hit the nail on the head. That's how true it is for me. Alright, so until our next episode, I am glad that you all tuned in to me for my first episode today. And I thank you guys for your interactions and your questions. And I can't wait. I can't wait for us to have more fun, more intellectual conversations, everything. Alright guys, so thanks for tuning in to My Heart, My Eyes, and interact with you all guys later. Enjoy and stay safe. Bye.